specified.
Yeah,
This refers to the merger.
but since we want to make our life easier, I'm gonna selecting the merge now, okay? Because the purpose of this exercise is to work with both trade data and product data. So to do that, so keep in mind what we said before, that here when merge variable assumes number of trees we are working with matching data, we can do this way. Keep merge equal 3. So that means I'm saying to start up, keep only matching data. Okay? So I want to highlight that what they did is not necessary. So I mean, if you want to do it, maybe it's better because, as I said, then you can work with the lighter database. Okay? And then when you run your estimation, it's not going to take like 10 minutes to run because the database now is much lighter. So to me, it's better every time to have less confusion in the data, just to keep only the data that I'm using. Yeah.
Sorry.
No problem.
In order to save all these observations, do I have to copy before the two database? Because like this, I have eliminated.
No. Questo è quello della vara. In the merge database. But you didn't use your
faccia che appare, copre metà schermo per un paio di volte.
Yeah. So now if you now you can save another database. No, you have to save the database, okay? So now you can save, but it's, I think that it's the same like in Word and Excel. If you work on that and you rename it in another way, that you are not what you did.
Che non ci fa nessuna settimana.
So you are still working with you can still take all the information. So that's very important, for example, to use, why you have to use the do file, because every time you can come back and retrieve all the information from the very beginning. Because then, for example, if you don't use the do file, and so not starting from merging the database, maybe 1 year afterwards, you don't remember anymore what you did 1 year before. So if you have your do file and you start every time from your database, you can every time come back and work again. Okay? So I think that this is the most difficult thing to understand in this exercise, and we have not yet estimated the model. So now, as I said, we have the database.
Fare due file e base.
And here, for example, I say it as bilateral graph database. Okay, you can see you can either save or not save, depends on you. Since the process is very short, you can do whatever you want. But sometimes when you write a virtual database, you have work hard on work on that, and you don't want to repeat every time the same thing. So it's better to say that. Yeah.
So this thing here is a third database.
Yeah. Is the mesh database.
But you have to create it or data create?
You have to create it. Because then, for example, you have to
put all number inside the sheet now. 3 minutes.
Okay, no, well, one suggestion is important because sometimes it happens and it's something that, again, it's important to have the do file to avoid some accident. For example, if you here at this point type, instead of this command that I said, I mean, or for example, save from here, save as, and put another name. If you make, for example, save or replace here, this comment that I needed before, you know what happened?
The first database.
That I'm saving what I did in the gravity database that was the master database. Okay? So in this case, that's going to be a problem because then even if you do this way, you cannot retrieve your information anymore. Also in the do file, because when you want to take the database, then you will find the mesh database and not the bilateral gravity database. So be careful when you save something, because in particular when you save replace, okay? Because I mean that's why it's better. I mean the best way to work with data when you have some experience is first to work on the do file and then to run the do file. Because if every time you type it in data, maybe you can make some mistake. While if you first think of what you are doing and then you write it down, I think that is at least it's unlikely that you are going to do this kind of mistakes that are a bit serious for your analysis. Okay. So now we have our database, and we list. Yeah. When you find it, you can write it down. Because, for example, it depends on the. Yeah, but for example, you can do this way. Instead of typing in, you can like save and choose your folder. Okay? Like how to save that? So what you can do is like go to file. Instead of typing, either you can type or
You go to the command bar.
Either you can type it and you can take the string from and then you just change the last part. But then the part remains the same. And you will find it in the same folder. But if you want to save it in a different folder, you can choose like file, save as, and then you can put, for example, use as, and you can save it like, I don't know, and then you will find it in there. Okay, so there are other ways to work with data, but maybe it's better when you will be more proficient. For example, you can first decide where to put everything and then to work it in. But for the moment, for you, it's much better to work this way. Yeah.
And why you put replace at the end? Why you use replace?
Replace, because when you every time that you run the same procedure, if you don't explicit replace, then you will receive an error message that says you have already saved this database is already existent. Okay, so if you put your replace, you are saying I don't mind the previous database. I just want this new, or I'm just repeating my procedure and I'm subscribing the two database. So, because otherwise you have to call the database in another way, or you get an error message. Okay? So,
Okay, sorry, Daniele, we take a 5 minutes rest, and then pay attention because the lesson will end at 1:30. Okay, because we need minimum another hour. Okay,
So we can take 5 minutes
be
break.
quiet, take a cigarette if you like, then 5 minutes no more. Okay?